What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at this 2022 Ram 1500. Big shout out and thank you to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this new truck for today's video. Take a look at their website. They have an insane selection of nearly brand new trucks and cars just like this. And the model that we're looking at today is a Bighorn Night Edition, finished off in bright white clear coat, and has a list price around $56,000. Well, underneath the hood of this Ram 1500, this has the optional 5.7 liter naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine equipped with the eTorque system. This Hemi V8 pumps out 395 horsepower with 410 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to the rear wheels. However, we do have a 4-wheel drive transfer case. And with a curb weight around 5,400 pounds and running on a 23-gallon fuel tank, you're looking at 18 miles per gallon in the city with 22 out on the highway. The overall length is 232.9 inches with wheelbase at 144.5. Height is 77.6 and width is 82.1 inches. This truck with the engine combination is also extremely capable, with towing capacity maxing out around 11,600 pounds and max payload at 1,600 pounds. For some off-road capabilities, approach angle is 19 degrees with breakover at 20 degrees, departure angle is 25 degrees, and ground clearance is 8.5 inches. Moving on to the exterior styling now, with this Ram 1500, the blacked out design really gives it an aggressive look, especially against the white body color. Moving up front, you can see the massive black grille. It has the gloss black with a metallic flake to it for the entire grille surround, then all black trim for the center mesh with a massive Ram logo right in the center. Really good look, super bold. We get a set of halogen headlights with blacked out housings. They have a really cool 3 design to it with the 3 different areas for lighting. Then you can see the body color cutting through the front bumper. Then we get a body color to match front bumper. You can see how it is metal. We get parking sensors down below and some fake mesh just to give it a sporty design. Then we have halogen fog lights in the corners. There's also an air dam down below the front bumper to improve efficiency, and I think the front end really does come together. It's a very familiar design. It all flows its way to the hood very well with really bold lines to give it that aggressive look. You can see that power dome design up top with the bulge in the hood. And then on the side of the hood, you can even see the 1500 Hemi eTorque logo, which is a nice little touch. Then as we move our way to the side profile, this gets a set of 5-spoke satin black wheels, and they measure 20 inches in all 4 corners. The overall side profile is very proportional as well, being the full crew cab with a 5'7" bed. I really like the design. You can see on these front doors, we even get a blacked out Ram logo, and then a sharp body line going through the lower portion of these doors. There's also a set of body colored door handles and gloss black mirror caps. You can see an integrated LED turn signal and then all black trim around the windows. This particular truck even has an optional tonneau cover covering the bed. Then you can see the sliding rear glass as well as LED lights up top and a shark fin antenna. And then as we move our way to the rear end, the front and rear fender arches bulge out just a little bit to give it that more aggressive and wider appearance. We get your 4x4 badge blacked out, and then a massive Ram logo right in the center with your Bighorn logo over on the left, and then the release handle and camera right in the center. We get a body colored metal bumper with all of your parking sensors, as well as an integrated dual exhaust system finished off in black tips. So there's a full look at this 2022 Ram 1500. Pretty cool spec, and I think the white really does look pretty good with all the black. We have Ram ski fob to get the Ram name on it, and we even get a remote start. If I double tap on the button, it's gonna roar to life. That 8-cylinder Hemi has a nice little rumble to it already. Just pressing the button, we can automatically shut that off. And then tapping the unlock button, we can unlock this truck and then take a look at this interior. This particular trim level gets a black fabric interior, and you're also gonna see silver accents and then a cool dark color for the trim. Moving our way to the door panel now, we get some black leather for the armrest with some padding and stitching, your grab handle, window controls, mirror controls, and lock and unlock. Then an aluminum color for the release handle. There's fabric trim as well as this dark color and then the silver accent color. We have quite a lot of storage as well. And then moving inside, this does get power seats. You can see all the controls and lumbar support. Then the 2-tone fabric. It's more of a gray color with some black accents, a little bit of stitching to it, and then a nice design running up the backrest. I think it has a pretty cool look overall, especially for being fabric. And then we get a black leather steering wheel with silver trim. And then now sitting inside the Ram 1500, keep my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Bighorn comes up on the LCD screen right in the center. Then we get your analog tach over on the left with engine temperature, and then your speedometer and fuel over on the right. This LCD screen is configurable and shows quite a lot of different things for information, and you can change it using this pad over here. So right now we have your digital speedometer, and if I scroll down, you can see more information for the vehicle, tire pressure, all sorts of different engine vitals, and things within the truck. You can scroll left and right through. We also have driver's assistant. You can see all that. Fuel economy information can come up. Then we have trip information as well. And then you can have your start stop feature pop up, towing information for your trailer, different audio, messages, and then your screen setup. So quite a lot in that center screen. Along the steering wheel now, over on the right side, we get all of your cruise control settings, then some more information for the gear over on the bottom side, Bluetooth and audio controls, and of course behind the steering wheel there's more buttons for the radio and the volume. And then to the left of the steering wheel we have all of your headlight controls, the interior lighting, the switch for the power pedals as well as the electronic parking brake, one of your air vents, and then smooth black going across the dashboard. You do get a storage bin up top with a 12 volt and the Ram logo. And then on the far right side you can see Bighorn in the dash. And this is actually a secondary glove box. Pretty good space in here as well. Then underneath that, of course, we have your traditional glove box, which is a pretty good bucket. And then moving to the center, we have the smaller screen for this truck. However, you get quite a lot of information that comes up. You can see on this home screen right now, we have audio as well as your phone integration. You can go under your media and see everything like that. All of your climate control comes up. Very easy to adjust the fan speed, the dual zone temperature, you can slide this. And then we also have an icon right here for your phone integration. And then the vehicle information, you can change a lot of different things within the truck and really fine tune everything. Tapping the camera, you have more things. And then tapping this apps icon, a few things will pop up for your different apps, for your phone, vehicle, and a lot within the truck. And then if I go ahead and take the truck and put us into reverse, our backup camera pops up, very HD screen, and I like how you can toggle this plus sign and get a close-up of your trailer hitch, which is a really good feature to see. Then going back into park. We have physical climate controls and radio controls down below the screen, heated seats and steering wheel, and when you adjust any of these dials, it comes up on the screen as well. So I think that's a really good way to integrate both physical buttons as well as manual buttons. And then underneath the screen, you can see more toggle switches now for your traction control, tow and haul mode. We have your parking sensors. You can turn front and rear off independently. We have the trailer brake gain and adjustments. Then we have USB ports down below and a little bit of storage. We have our gear selector that you just saw, along with all of our four-wheel drive controls for two-wheel drive into 4 auto, high, and low, and then the engine start stop feature. And then right in the center, we get a lot of storage in here. As you can see, we have 2 cup holders and then a nice size bin, but you can even grab this and press the handle and slide this out of the way, and it's a really deep bucket, maybe a foot in depth. Then there's a spot right here. You can place maybe 3 cell phones. They kind of pinch them in place, which is a really cool feature to see. Then if we push this back, we have 2 different ways to open up the center console. The first button, we get a nice little storage tray with a USB port. And then the second button down, you can lift the entire thing up. You also can see some things on this back here for measurements. So if you're gonna be using this for a work truck, it's nice to have that. And then you can see all the way down into the center console. You have change right here you can put in there, that same bucket. And you can see how this slides underneath. So really cool the way everything is laid out. And you get the black leather along with the stitching. And then another look at the interior. I think the fabric looks really nice. For being more of a basic trim level, I think Ram did a good job giving this some nice designs to it. It looks rugged, easy to use, but still looks like a nicer truck, especially for the price point. And then up here, you can see the frameless mirror up top, as well as all of your dome lights. And then we get the controls for the power sliding rear glass. You can press this to open, and it'll open up. And then moving to the rear seat space, if I grab the door handle and open it up, the door panel is finished off just like we saw up front with that smooth leather design for the armrest and the cloth. And then the seats have the same two-tone design for all the fabric. This is a 3-seater back here, and the center row can even turn into a nice little armrest with 2 cup holders. Up in front of the seats, we have a lot of space. We even get some storage things on the back side of these front seats. We get air vents, some storage, a bunch of USB ports, as well as an outlet down below, and then 2 cup holders up top with that dark colored trim. And then at the front of the seats, you can grab and lift these up, and you get under the seat storage space, and you have a lot going all the way through these floors. And then underneath the floor, if I grab the all-weather floor mat up, we have more storage. You can grab this bin and lift this up, and you can see just how much more storage you have, nice and hidden. All right, so now sitting in the back of this Ram 1500, this is a big truck, not gonna lie. This is pretty comfortable back here as well. So I'm 5'11". I have the driver's seat set at my height, and I have like a foot of knee room. My feet fit really well, and I even have quite a lot of headroom, maybe like 4 inches or something. Armrest is in a great place. You got a really big window, and I love how you get a power sliding rear glass. That definitely helps out a lot. The armrest in the center is also a really nice touch. We get one dome light up on top, and then even some hooks over here. So definitely a nice truck to be in the back of. And then moving on to the tailgate and bed, all I have to do is grab the handle. It's an electronic release, and it soft opens up. We get a full painted bed inside of this truck. Pretty basic, however, there is a tie-down hook in each of the 4 corners, and then this optional cover, you can easily unlatch it and then fold it back. The tailgate itself doesn't really weigh anything either. With one hand, I can easily lift it up and lock it closed. All right, guys, so we are setting off now in this 2022 Ram 1500. So the eTorque version of this Hemi V8 is a pretty cool design. It's basically a mild hybrid system on a big truck with a V8. So rather than Ram going the twin turbo V6 route like other trucks are doing, it's kind of neat how they have so many different engine options. And this one is a pretty cool one. The first thing I noticed with this engine, when you hit the brakes, I don't think the camera will come off, but you hear like a electrical noise of like the regenerative braking or something. It doesn't really take getting used to it because it's super minimal, but you can hear that a little bit. But normal driving, I like how this one's more of a basic truck, but you still get a lot of creature comforts that make it a nice place to be. This is probably gonna be somebody's work truck. They're gonna use this for trucky things. And with this, you still get your power controls for the seat to make it really comfortable. The seats themselves have a lot of padding in them, and you can get a really good, comfortable driving position. Armrests are in a great place. The headrest as well does a pretty good job. Normal driving now, it's a really smooth truck to drive. And you don't really hear any wind noise or road noise. Really just a nice truck. You can just drive this, use it even as a daily long hauls, road trips, family things like that. This is definitely a nice truck to be in. And then the view out, you have a huge windshield, and I like the power dome design on that hood. You can see all the bulges. Mirrors all do a really good job. And then pickup trucks really don't have any blind spots left and right shoulder, so pretty easy to see behind you. But just normal driving, like I said, definitely pretty comfortable, and I like how you get enough options in this to make it feel like a modern truck without being too techy. I know some people, especially in the truck world, they're not really the biggest fans of all these trucks being $80,000 trucks with a 1-foot large screen in the center, you know, massaging seats, every single option known to man is what a lot of trucks nowadays have. This one is kind of just back to the basics and kind of a breath of fresh air for people who just want to do truck things in their truck. You know, you get a familiar screen to where it's easy to operate, but you still get basic controls down below that. So I think Ram has done a good job just giving you a lot of different options. So then let's test out the power. If I give it some gas, just a touch of gas right there, throttle is nice and responsive. And this truck is a pretty confident to drive vehicle. It doesn't really drive like the old trucks back in the day where it's just so harsh. You can actually take turns with it, you know, just use it like normal. And it can be as comfortable as any normal semi-luxury SUV or something like that. When you hit the brakes, we got disc brakes all around. They do a really good job. And you can feel the regenerative braking. When I let off the brake, it was still braking. So the brakes are actually really, really good because of that hybrid system. And then when we give it some gas, wow. Up to 60. That actually moves. That's impressive for not being obviously a TRX or, you know, even a diesel engine with all that torque. That's actually a pretty nice power plant. Wow. A roll from 50 to 60. That is pretty nice. It seems like a really well-balanced truck. I like that a lot. And then POV now getting up to some speed. It gets up to speed without really thinking much. I certainly like that. But like I said, with the visibility and everything, really good view around. I really don't see anything to complain about. For being more on the basic level, I like how, like I said, it kind of gives you what you want, nothing more, nothing less, and it just offers that comfortable driving experience. Pretty good use of materials as well. I know a lot of people say Rams have the nicest interiors. I don't really agree with that. I think they're right on par with the newest Fords and a few others as well. So I don't say they're anything above and beyond, even the fully loaded Rams. I mean, they're certainly nice, but I think most of the trucks, you know, Ford, the new Tundra, and Ram are definitely on top, and GM with their newest one is also pretty nice. So pretty nice even for being a base model. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for plenty more content. And then check out Carolina Auto Direct in the description below. They have an awesome selection of nearly brand new vehicles just like this, so definitely check them out. So that is it, guys. I will see you in the next video.